We are all aware that the world faces challenges such as climate change, resource depletion, and social inequities. So the tourism industry must adapt and innovate to remain viable. With us again today, we have Jessica Matthias, the Global Sustainability Director at SABRE Corporation. Jessica leads the company's efforts to enable more sustainable travel, and she has over 15 years of experience in ESG, public relations, working with the multinational global companies across various sectors, including travel, hospitality, aviation, and technology. Jessica will share with us today 5 top tips for embedding sustainability in tourism, highlighting how these practices can enhance resilience and drive innovation solutions for a more sustainable future. Jessica, please.
Thanks, Olja. That was a great intro. And hello again, everybody who was in the panel session that I was on earlier. Again, it's a privilege to be here today. And thank you for staying behind. I know there's a coffee break coming up. I'm definitely in need of caffeine myself. This is a short session, so I won't hold you back too long. Okay, so we've heard throughout the day that sustainability is really important when it comes to considering long-term growth in the tourism sector. The global travel industry itself is responsible for around 8% of global total emissions. So every organization working within this industry really does have a responsibility to think about how to embed sustainability into everything that they're doing. We're also, of course, here today to celebrate the Western Balkans as an exciting and fast-growing region for international tourism. So this region really does have a unique opportunity to embed sustainability into what it's doing from the start and become known for that. So as Sustainability Director at SABRE Corporation, which is a global technology company serving the travel industry, we've also taken steps recently to embed sustainability into our organization. So a year into my newly created role, I wanted to share 5 tips for anybody who's thinking about getting started with sustainability. At SABRE, I see my role really as promoting sustainability throughout the company so that it becomes everybody's responsibility, not just mine. And this approach could also work for other businesses, regardless of whether you're a corporation, whether you're a destination, or an airline or a hotel. So tip 1 is to understand your footprint of your business. It's really important to get to the bottom of what your carbon emissions actually are, whether that's direct emissions or indirect emissions. And then, of course, then what you can do about it. There are 3 steps to this: assess, measure, and reduce. First, assess where you are. Assess any frameworks and legislations that you need to adhere to and report to, as well as what you want to achieve and to what timescale. And then, of course, you can't change what you're not measuring. You need to consider which types of emissions you have a responsibility to measure, whether that's direct or indirect, how you then go about measuring it, and then how you keep track of this and how you promote your efforts. And then take action to reduce that footprint. Start with quick wins. Is there anything quickly that you can do easily to reduce those emissions? And then set your vision. Don't be afraid to make your vision big and ambitious. We're not always held to our visions. A vision is where we want to be and what we're working towards and what we're aspiring to. But the important thing is to make your targets measurable. Make sure that you have it broken down into short, mid, and long-term measurable goals. Tip number 2 is to find your champions. So I spoke a bit about this already in the panel. This is incredibly important in any company, whether big or small. Even in larger organizations like mine, budgets are often tight and none of us have infinite resources. So if you take on everything as a small team, the chances are you're going to be spreading yourself too thin. So it's therefore, it's crucial to find people in your company that are passionate about sustainability and to get them on board. Not just that, but also give them the resources that they need to take that passion to the next level and to really work for you to forward your sustainability goals. So maybe there's one person in your company that's passionate about recycling and is always getting people to do that, or perhaps it's somebody who's really passionate about inclusion and diversity. It doesn't really matter which aspect of sustainability they're passionate about. It's just the passion that matters, and partnering with them to help get others interested will be crucial on your journey. A little bit of passion is going to go a long way. This is what we've done in SABRE. I mentioned earlier we set up a communities of practice network in order to create those regional groups and increase our team of 2 effectively to a team of around 70 overnight. This is what it looks like around the world. We have these 7 groups at the moment, and that's growing all the time, which help us to translate what we're doing globally to a local level. And also these groups are really crucial for us because I can't travel to every single speaking engagement. For example, I can't do a speaking opportunity in Uruguay while there's something going on in Singapore, or a media interview there while there's something going on in the US. So it's really important to find your advocates, to train them up, and to get them working your strategy for you too. Tip number 3 is to embrace your culture. So every organization, no matter how big or how small, has a unique culture. So build on what's working within your culture in order to forward your sustainability goals. Maybe that's diversity and inclusion, maybe it's volunteering, maybe your company has a brilliant social scene. Whatever it is, embrace it and build upon it, and help to expand it out to include your sustainability efforts. At SABRE, we have a really well-established volunteering program already, so we've incorporated that into made that a key focus of our sustainability strategy because we know that it resonates with people and it works. This picture is a picture of our CEO with our London team. They're participating in a recycling event that we put on last month. So yeah, really, really important to just embrace that culture and make it work. Volunteering is so important to us that we recently introduced 4 paid days per year of volunteering where employees can take that time off and they can volunteer to a cause that's meaningful to them. Also, we have around 15 well-established inclusion and diversity groups, and we found partnering with these groups really finds a common ground and is a great way to make progress. When you bring these team members on the journey with you, and when you ask them their thoughts on sustainability and what the company could do better, it really makes them feel like they're part of it. One of the first things I did in my role was to put people first. I surveyed the whole organization to find out what was important to them on the sustainability front. This, in turn, helped us to launch initiatives in sustainability that mattered to those people based on the answers they'd given us. Tip number 4 is to innovate for positive impact. So identify the unique role that your company can play in the travel ecosystem. We at SABRE facilitate around 700 million passenger air journeys per year through our technology. So we recognize our role as an enabler of travel, and we take that very seriously. Our connections with travel agencies, business travelers, airlines, and hotels mean that we do have a huge reach and therefore a huge potential influence. So we need to make sure that we're playing a part in making travel more sustainable. And this is just a snapshot of how we approached innovation in year 1. We're a tech company, so our focus was on using our innovation in our technology for common good. We're fortunate at SABRE to have around 2,000 talented, brilliant engineering minds and products that touch basically every aspect of travel. So we're tapping into that by assessing our product portfolio at the moment, identifying new areas for development, and finding ways to address our customers' real concerns and challenges on the sustainability front. We also regularly host hackathons. We've done this for years. It's one of the best ways that we can tap into all these brilliant minds that we have and come up with new product ideas. So we've recently introduced sustainability as a theme into those hackathons to make sure that we're tapping into all the ideas that our team have across the board. And then my final tip is collaborate to accelerate. The climate crisis is huge, and no one should be taking it on alone. It's not something that we can do in small numbers. We all have to be on board. At SABRE, we're committed to taking on the biggest challenges and opportunities in travel. A few months ago, we actually joined the Travelist Coalition, along with MasterCard, who I know are also at this conference today. Travelist is a coalition of some of the biggest names in travel and technology, and its aim is to bring sustainability information consistently to the mainstream so that they can make better and more responsible choices when they book travel. In March, we also, as a company, completed our global efforts to migrate all of our data into the cloud. This was a huge collaboration effort between SABRE's and Google's teams. It involved closing around 17 data centers and moving about 50 petabytes of storage from these physical centers into the cloud. And that had a huge sustainability benefit because it helped to reduce our footprint massively. And then, of course, we also became part of the Resilience Council Executive Leaders program in April this year, which has enabled me to be here today. And we're not going to stop there. We're also continuously looking for other organizations to partner with in terms of how we, as a company, can help make travel more sustainable. So just a very quick recap. I won't read that all out, but just to summarize, look at your footprint, understand it, find your champions, embrace your culture, innovate for positive impact, and collaborate to accelerate. And you can connect with me if you like on LinkedIn if you'd like to find out more, and maybe we can find ways to work together, or of course just come and grab me in one of the breaks here today or tomorrow. And that's it. I think I'm bang on time, so it's time for coffee.